In today's world, trade is the largest of global markets supply chains, which includes competing brands, quality standards, movement of goods across borders, business regulations, cutting-edge skills and services. All these activities match up to make a difference. What is behind the headlines? What impact does it actually have on people's daily lives? How can we develop programs that will support countries to get ahead on trade? Trade activities are getting people to act on the agenda of improving trade globally. Agencies and development partners are supporting countries in their roadmaps for change. It's building strong foundations and helping governments bridge to more support. Business Focus takes a closer look at every step involved in the aspect of trade, from identifying, buying, selling, and distribution of goods and services to various parts of the world. Find out from the people themselves what is happening in the daily trading activities and how they go through the hurdles in achieving greatness, from the fields, factories, gardens, markets, and to the consumer.
Welcome again to another edition of Business Focus, where they come to now from Star Television, Channel 21. And members here, as always, we will cover the program, Mina George and your staff. And as we tell now, the essence of the program, now for Brigham, Sierra Leone businesses and other foreign businesses themselves, when they striving at the country for just make sure say the economy will move and grow to the way we all are for sale. Well, over the years or over time, we don't look at so many other sectors, the tourism, the general workforce. Well, today we look at another very key important area when you talk about national development and when you talk about human capacity building, we'll ever be in the health sector. As we all say, without a health, a nation not able to move because the entire workforce therefore rely on the health of the people. If we don't get a healthy population, trust me, we're not able to do anything. If we are sick and other things that happen inside the country, people are not going to sick them, we not able to move as a country. That's why today we take the time Business Focus come back na Ecomed. Ecomed, as we all know, na diagnostic center outside of the do screening and they do test them for letting them know exactly what's wrong with people. We the day na Kiama Road, off Kiama Road, just after tourism the office day. Well, we talk to the communication person today. We can take you through waiting this company or the organization done to do over the years and self-waiting they stand for. Let me take a short break. We'll come back and the program will continue.
This is one way we dey lead. Then I the answer be great. Lord God, He make man for be the king. Just because He left me all. He made the moon and sun, sweet breeze Tego, Tego, well Tego, me brother Tego, Tego, me sister Tego. You go let my people let us Tego. You go let my people let my Tego.
Well, family, welcome again to the program, and we get inside the program today, i.e. Mary Brema Sally. We will come up to position. I know what I can. I welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Plenty, thank you, Mr. George. So, my name is Mary Brema Sally, and I'm the strategic lead for Ecomed Diagnostic Center.
Okay. Well, from today, that's not I. Well, they look at the activities and waiting Ecomed stand for inside the country. I know we start with the background of the organization itself, Ecomed. Which year they established and when are some of the things that we
Well, Ecomed starts operation in 2014, where the need to be there for make quality diagnostic for the country, and it be really in their need, because most time the way people they seek for something and basic past enter will go Ghana. So not only all the points they possibly establish Ecomed for say, not to always people for where they go. We need to get a domestic diagnostic quality diagnostic center for people now.
Okay, when you talk about diagnostic as inside the introduction, I talk about say una they deal with some of them things and what actually you mean by the word itself? Just what kind of
so diagnostic simply means medical investigation. Test them where it can either be laboratory, for the laboratory it can either be blood, it can either be for say urine, it can either be for say your stool. So these are some of the things that we be for say with regard to the laboratory. Then we also get the radiology. The radiology can simply means like X-ray when are for the bone, or try for know maybe if there accident to for done for know how the bone for done.
Fracture. The
fracture. How it's came for do for you for make how many bones are involved and all. Then we get the CT scan in back and the internal body back in back the watch include the bone and other parts of the body, then the system. And then also get the MRI where like now we know more self better than the country. Where in back they give detail of what happened to the body. They show you the veins, they show you how the blood they run and everything. Then we also get the ultrasound, where basically most of the time now woman they will get belly and they use them, but people and they will use them. Like example, man will get prostate cancer, or maybe you get thyroid problem, thyroid like this year so problem is well, like able for watch them, and they able for use them for different parts of the body, the ultrasound. Then we get the ECG, wherein they try for check the heart, for know what do the heart and all. So these are different things that we call diagnose. Diagnose simply means medical investigation. So they investigate, because at the end of the day, if doctor want for treat you for make your own body, if you don't know what to do, you're not able to give the right medicine. So now from we your side there first, then the first step for making you forget well body, because when they don't actually know what to do, them doctor can able for mark say, now this medicine, or now this you for do, now this you for do. So now some of them things say also what they do.
Okay. Well, from let's now I still we still go through the activities and which Ecomed stand for as you know informal, talk to so many explain to you which are the diagnostic, as we all know. People like you just talk, but diagnostic, if you watch the program, you don't know which diagnostic mean. Well, we know since there's so many things in terms of the health system and country. In the first place, no look like how the health system look like or they like now the country from Unayo Center.
Well, basically, I don't go lie from you. Like most means generally the public view, Ecomed at the last stop, which simply means most people then when they're sick, when see they carry Ecomed. If they're not able to get what they want, or they're able for doctor able for what is pass most of them can fly out of the country. Like quite recently, one patient we get accidents for something. He can do all the testing, but he don't feel satisfied, even though we don't wait to say fire. Then I said, he said, I believe what you now say. He said, but I need for go back other side. Who say you go back? Na Ghana you go at the end of the day. So like the quality what we get, you compare them to international standard. Most of the time, most white people when they come out, when they do the normal annual checkup, maybe they work in a particular international organization, now Ecomed they can. And then they communicate some of their results there. Like even tell me, send this results out to the doctor if they out of the country. Then we can send the results there. Then based on what you don't do, the doctor came for advice and say, do this, do this, do this. So now some of them things they also they do.
Okay. Now let's look at the affordability, because you look at the average Sierra Leonean, you know, maybe the average Sierra Leonean will live $1 per day or $2 per day. So with all of the things that we don't mention, you look at the cost and money involved into it. If you say the ordinary salon man, way for even getting the way for access to the services?
Well, basically, healthcare is something expensive. Apart from services, any other country, we say they pay money more than healthcare. After healthcare, you think about education and any other thing else. We know some of the software they know they use. Something they for just repair and no more. If you get issue, maybe that we spend over them $5,000, $10,000. Imagine more. They will say now with CT scan, maybe we get small technical issue, something there for repair. But they spend over them $7,000, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. So for repair and maintenance, that is very important something that any clinic or that or hospital. So if we want to live to that standard, so apart from that, we more talk about electricity. 24/7, we not depend on EDSA. We get we generator, we plan generator for fuel learning every 24/7 because we get samples them like maybe blood, urine or whatever when they put inside the refrigerators and preserve them for the next day and not well. That they all cost money. So like we pricing it range from like $5, where like now 50,000 millions, but like from $5 upward, it cut across now come up. So now some of them different, we get different prices. So we get 200, 300, but it cuts from $5 when 50,000 upwards.
Okay, well, Famble, still on the program, and that's the beautiful day. We talk to me today, and we look exclusively we look at health today inside the program. We believe say health now one big factor where it can affect any bigger or smaller economy in the world. If the people are not healthy, if I wish them you don't get better health, me say why they don't talk to you if I don't get better health, or somewhere else if we be the camera and don't get better health. We're not going for them to do so. Because health is very paramount in everything we do, because they say health is wealth. Also. Okay, let's look at another aspect. As we know, say the COVID will struck the country. Let's look at when are some of the challenges that one will now face within this period of the COVID itself.
Yes. So basically, the COVID it's rather unfortunate. So definitely we get reduction of the amount of patients and where they can, because people and things not be okay with tithes, and then even we self, some of we staffs them, we self we be sick, like me in particular, I sick more than 2-3 times we get COVID. So it hits some of we. So and there was a time, I don't know, during the time where COVID just kind of first phase, Ecomed even locked down, where there was a suspected case, something like that. So COVID actually hits me, but at the end of the day, we come back stronger and better, and they give quality service to the public out there. So COVID hits everybody and it hits me. By the end of the day, we are still back, and we even get a COVID health screening package, wherein because we see some cases wherein certain patients a day, like patients that we don't pass 40 years, where like when we get a severe COVID, then gets complication after complication. So we be even get one patient where we hold around 65 to 70 years. In getting them even lost some. After I don't see COVID, we get some complications then with in blood or so, something like that. So at the end of the day, they lost some. So we encourage people and out there when we don't severely sick of COVID. They came for do screening, a proper screening for no maybe after when you don't well of COVID, if you give any complication after landing. So because COVID is not a virus. And at the end of the day, you don't know maybe get underlying sickness, we don't maybe get diabetes or any other thing, where COVID don't hit you, maybe they don't play with your system. So for me, you know that you can do a proper screening and try to know if you know give no complication, no nothing, and all of the rest. So yeah.
Okay. Now let me look at that's now the aspect of the COVID itself.
Yeah.
Now look at the partnership with the government and that of other private government and private institutions like the other private hospitals. Now look like which now be a collaboration with the government and the other.
Well, like currently we don't get any major collaboration with the government. It's but we get collaboration with some hospitals then, some private hospitals and clinics there, and even quite recently, the Chinese embassy we contact we for make we help with them bus system, their mobile bus system. Now, Ecomed actually do all the technical things then with regard to the installation of the machine and everything. So, but then they not to be a direct contact with the Salon government. It was with the Chinese, the Chinese people, because them offer the gifts to the government. So, like we can get MOU with clinics and hospitals then, because that's in hospitals and clinics and they, or maybe governments institutions then, and can send and staff them, and at the end of the month they bill them and then they pay me. So we get a lot of that, and we call out to a lot of other organizations then, or institutions, where one similar thing like that. For example, pre-employment screening, maybe you get your new staff there, you want to follow their status then before they begin work with you, which is very paramount. Because when you knock out somebody, we will can affect other people then, at the end of the day, detrimental to the person in your family back home. So we call out to any individual who feel say, we want to do an MOU partnership with Ecomed, we open up and came for that collaboration. But government individually will not get any partnership as of now with government.
Okay. We're still on the program Business Focus, and we're still in our Ecomed, and we talk about the issue where therefore relates to health. I tell you earlier that a healthier nation, like a wealthy nation, because it's a healthy wealth. Well, let me take a short break. We'll come back and we'll continue the program. Father, welcome again to the program Business Focus, and we then are Ecomed, and we look at what's in the operation and how far they don't take and how they're doing for the economy of the country and the services. I let me look at you begin to talk about services we provide for Sierra and even for non-Sierra when our foreigners already come. Now take me through one by one winners of their services we offer, because people when they are there again will recommend they do this screening. But let me look at them in details, explaining people let them even understand. So when somebody they can, they will not say yes, this what they can recommend. So this I'm not listening as soon as they do, which I will just go the director and talk to now this type of screening I can do.
Well, basically, most of the time in the now doctors and they refer them patients and they to me. Because doctor now you go able for know waiting to these patients. But like we dey do different type of testing.
Okay.
Quite
I'm
recently.
not coaching.
Yeah, I know.
Now we just maybe somebody was done. Within himself say, okay, now I know they feel too good or I don't feel that way. But man go hospital, they will can't Ecomed straight say, okay, man can go like maybe the let get a problem, man can go like stool or you need test.
Of course, you can able to do self-referral.
Yeah.
So I know what you try for say. Me, I just a type of correct say because medical business, you they be careful how you treat patients because there are certain things in there where it's not too good for like for me patients can say and they can do MRI and they can do CT scan and they can do X-ray without doctor referral because something they deal with radiation and magnets. You understand? So I don't say for me patients can so no more without doctor referral. But when we they take from patients there, you get your doctor send you can't for can do you test them.
Okay.
So like we they do full blood counts, we they do renal function, we they do kidney function, like the renal or either kidney are the same, we they do liver function, like for example for know if you get issue with your liver or something like that. We they do different type of tests. We do HIV. Like for HIV, you they do one first for know if you get her. You do the profile for know the stage where you reach. You they do the viral load for know the virus, the amount of virus, the weight itself, the load where you get the virus if you heavy or if you low. We they do hepatitis from A to C. We they do like for know your blood group. We do test them for cancer, where they call a marker test them. We do different type of blood tests. Quite recently, we just got with new equipment, where now microbiology equipment, where I feel say now we no more get some coiling in the country for culture and sensitivity test, where the type of nose can infection or fungi a particular person gets, and the effective antibiotic for use. But that patients then, because a lot of time people misuse their antibiotic then. Some people they see small something they come up and they say their infection, especially with the woman. Quick we don't take ampiclox and penicillin. Some of them things there so we don't take ambokuboku. You get that what they call antimicrobial resistance. Where because we don't take a lot of this antibiotic. Then they reach where you get the infection, maybe when you take that medicine, you need to work again on you. Because the virus or the fungi don't become resistant to that medicine because you don't overuse that medicine in your system. So we get an equipment, automated equipment, where if you can't do your test, you can't submit, you can't do your blood, your blood test or your stool test or your urine test. When they don't put it into that machine, they apply more than 15 to 20 different type of antibiotic. The one where effective for that infection, where they able like for suppress the virus or the fungi. Now in the machine go recommend. Then the person they can't take the result, they can't go to the doctor. Then the doctor will tell and say, for this infection we go, for this particular where you get, now so they recommend. Now this medicine also for bad. So today first that particular test they whether they do them manually, if they take like whether they incubator, if they take more say from 1 to 7 days. Now it don't cut from 2 to 3 days. You didn't forget your results. So that's what they do that blood culture and sensitivity test. They take up to 7 days. Now within 2 to 3 days, you don't get your results. So the time interval is short. So like in an emergency case, quickly tell results will not come out. We be given help, then born victims then. We be given free blood and wound with it because a lot of them die because of infection. You know, so the skin be exposed.
Yeah.
You understand? So the time interval where they did that 7 days, 5 days. So man they for me them know who's got antibiotic for use because most of them get that resistance, antimicrobial resistance because some of them maybe they use that antibiotic frequently. So when them body them be don't exposed to infection, because most of them be laid and are gone, then they you understand it? Because you know see the skin is very thin. And when you see your skin exposed, you're exposed to a lot of infection.
Yeah.
So a lot of them say will be do them test them. Some of them not able for meet up, but you tell the test they come out a long time. But now the equipment will don't get from 2 to 3 days. The results will not come out.
Okay, you talk about full blood count. Explain your way exactly.
Like full blood counts are for no the blood counts like white blood, red blood cell. For try for no, if because sometimes they make up the immune system. Like you get the white blood cell for know if it's strong or you're not strong, if you able to resist certain things. So in they actually now the thing where they actually try to know how the system, the multi-manual system, the blood system. Yes, if you get any something where they fight against the blood or not. So that full blood count is very, very important, because from that full blood count, as doctors see patients in results for full blood count, if sick they do one, it gets particular thing the way they watch for, parameters the way they watch for. You don't know say this okay, we're going to do HIV test, like for example white blood cell, they write down, they call them lymphocytes. If they write down, doctor will watch it's not too normal or regular for make somebody wait to say go do HIV first na mass. Or you get blood cell, you watch, okay, we're going to do this particular test here. So the full blood count is really, really important.
Well, before we
for the full blood count, patients be able to get out within 24 hours because it not take for comments.
Okay, that's right, 1 day.
You say 1 day, yes. If you can early.
Okay.
Before they close.
Now let me look at as we declare for that public. Let me look at which number you like una important say una essence for existing things. How are they able to help the economy and how are they able to help citizens?
Well, most importantly, how they able to help is that we they do an empowerment thing. Like currently, we get some students where come up from Connaught, where actually they do imaging, something like that, school of imaging. And currently they do internship. They interact with most of the equipment and radiology equipment. Because certain of them they will get when not available on the other side, they came for learning. At the end of the day, they don't collect anything from them. When they don't get that knowledge and that experience, it's a lifetime something. Then apart from that, we get that social and corporate responsibilities. We can support organizations then, like maybe they can do their medical outreach, you understand? Then tell them the each way, like maybe World Cancer Day, World Kidney Day, something like that. We can give discounts so to the public, so you can able for you can do certain of them things they have so. So it depends. It depends on what people like you come to me for once. What we know now social and corporate responsibility, what we can help with.
Celebrating the International Women's Day, what do we do on a role for play in terms of assisting the women?
So firstly, interestingly, like at Ecomed currently, the management level, now the woman, then at the management level. Myself and another young lady, and then we get with general manager. So Ecomed made about 80% of the staff then, that woman then. So you see say we give that level playground for make woman go before. And with regard to management and everything, like me here in particular, I get a very strategic role where I play with regard to the development of Ecomed, leading Ecomed management internally and externally with regard to Ecomed. So I think that enough with regard to empowerment, and they encourage different women, whether you get head staff or not, because there are certain offices that they discriminate. Like me, I don't feel like before certain offices where they discriminate me with regard to hijab. But yeah, it's flexible. Whether you're a Christian or Muslim, it's a level playground. And 80% of the staff are women.
Now look at the success stories of Ecomed since its establishment in 2013 or 2014. So
some of the success stories number one, the success story is that we don't help with regard to leading diagnostic for the past 5 years now, we dey lead with regard to quality diagnosis in the county. When public opinion self came for confirm to wetin I dey say. And then secondly, the success story is that we dey give young people the opportunity for make them able for play within the healthcare and try for get knowledge where they able for take accept any other side and able for go before. Now then a success story for say we able for get more young people in. And then thirdly, we don't ensure say the number of percentage of people that will be they travel out of the country for go even Ghana, for go do testing, like the MRI, a lot of people they go, then they go. Now everybody they do on there. And then the collaboration, we collaborate, we don't ensure say we collaborate within the healthcare. And ensure say we need to see competitor as competitor, we see them all say we are all a playmates with regard to improving healthcare service delivery.
Like you say, local content policy is like bringing up or bringing more civilians for let us say being for exposed.
Yeah.
Let's look at that now.
Yes, of course. Like man say 70% of the workers there na Ecomed. Man say 70 to 80% are Sierra Leoneans. We get about 6 or 7 when I expatriated. The balance are all Sierra Leoneans. We get Indian, we get Kenyan, we get Ghanaian, we get Cuban, that the nationalist side is ever tell you. So apart from the particular people in there, the larger percentage na Sierra Leoneans. We get about 2 Indian, 1 Kenyan, 2 Ghanaian, and then 1 Cuban. It's about 6 expatriates. So the biggest of it all, because we get over 25, close to 30 workers. So we get a lot of locals. So now that make we ensure say for making locals and get the opportunity and learn from waiting the expatriates they try for instilling them. So it's enjoyable, it's fun, it's flexible. Ecomed are the very first job this way I get after I graduate. And also even healthcare something I study. Now information technology. Now Ecomed don't groom me up. Now Ecomed don't nurture me. Now Ecomed don't put me in leadership, major leadership role. Now Ecomed don't they teach me about management. Now Ecomed don't expose me to the public out there for say I get potential. So I don't know for tomorrow, but for now I enjoy everything so far and I'm grateful to the bosses them where they give me the opportunity for make able for utilize what I get and able for show people and say yes I can for make a difference within the healthcare sector.
Talk to us again, whether they watch you about what make health important. What we need for take care of health.
Well, we say young people then when you get well body, now you dey able for land work. When you get well body, now you dey go na working place for make money for carry na house. So you well body can number 1. If you sick today, you die today. Tomorrow in office, they call other person for replace you. So if you then a working place, make sure say the person will employ you know say you well body can number 1. If you then go school, make sure say you teacher or you head teacher know say you school business can number 1. Now well body na gently.
Okay. Well, formula that's na I and you know na in the work na Ecomed and in the lead.
Strategic lead.
Strategic lead.
So the strategic lead mean the business development officer and the customer relationship officer.
The lead position that's more cool. All the function. If you say the call on that problem.
No, that's a strategic lead.
No different. So now one pot. We are the crown. And you know one person where you like exercise, although you said it's there for
you want
standing inside. I mean, where are the play sports, where are the play cricket, but over the years I just relaxed and you know some people say
yes, me.
So let's talk a little bit about
so
exercise aspect.
where I know I work within the healthcare, and I know say, apart from medicine, another thing again where they help for our body, now physical exercise. Because a lot of people they can do the lipid profile, then glucose level for know them and all that thing, and they let's say then fats, like oil fats in bokuna person heart is not healthy. So what you do after work, either they go to gym, now Wilkins you go Sky Inn and gym, or I can go at the dance. At the dance very well, at the dance Afro, at the dance Jamaica. So people like you they feel say like what are they so and they exercise, that they don't help me where they work and they breathe fast. So I encourage people like out there for me they dance, for me they exercise. Because when you do that they burn you fats. And when you burn you fats, you know they sick plenty.
Okay, that's very good answer, man. Well, I know that you were saying I don't say, and you know, a very good answer. We should see how he does it. And you know, we self learn from some of the things we don't say because you know, as I tell you, health now wealth. Because if you don't get a better health, you're not able to do anything. You know, be active, and you know that will create more burden on you, and you finance. The money separate the firm, we put a lot all go down because every day you go to the hospital and one or two other things are separate one for settle. Finally, as you go now, which will be you find out what we are for life.
So we find out what to people is that una make use, una visit, una kindly visit me na Ecomed 19 off Kiama Road, or una can able take me official contact 030 999 528. 030-999-528. Una can book appointments for camp una test them. We get a lot of health screening packages. We get the well man package, we get the well woman package, we get the diabetes package, we get the pregnancy trimester from trimester 1 to the 3rd trimester. You born, you they can pay, and then test the way you need, they can do and small as your doctor they request for them. So we get different type of health screening package. You get pre-employment screening package. We get even pre-marital screening package. Like if you don't decide for marriage, yeah, you man, you don't want marriage to man where maybe the man get hepatitis, maybe the man get HIV, but you know they're on medication. But if you the man can do that test, you know that status, you can on medication, you observe yourself, you can still married, but you know go find. For me, I hear a person married, you don't know the person health status. So now my last word landing. So, then two ladies there, then two nurses there, and they actually can help with regard to the mammogram. This actually now for it help for detect if woman get lump or cancer. So now this radiographer now he operates mainly operates this machine. So in the Yema, he will explain more.
Alright, me na Yema Ishma Tujano. Me na radiographer na Ecomed. This is not the machine for scan breast, mainly for women and for. I want for the public know say with the scan breast now we call a mammography. So now the machine this what they do the mammography on.
Yes.
You just say something.
Me na Maria Fatima myself. Me na nurse now. I will have the department radiology department. This is a mammogram machine. They for the test because you get breast cancer or any breast. Then they operate at your system.
Okay. So basically, what you did is
basically this is the context of Ecomed, or you call it the reception of Ecomed. This study is beside the registration, the employees, and also the payments we suppose to make payment charges and also they have the facilities which you can call, whether you can do blood tests, you can do X-ray, you can do CT scan. So these are the departments we charge you to all the departments in
So
Also, when you do the test, you have also the connection.
How important this unit is?
And basically, these are the most, I can say, these are the first dates, these are the first points, and these are one of the most important section at the Ecomed, and also this are the department where they sell out the medical facility out there. These are the departments where they showcase with the Ecomed kit.
Customer care, the one who is very key. How will they have that?
Well, basically, the first point of when you get a good reception. Now, secondly, what you want, basically, you get so many ways where we communicate with patients. We communicate with patients on phone, on WhatsApp, and also one of the most important things that what you can for, you get some way and results. And we get plenty channels there where you get results. One way through your WhatsApp. If you do a test now, then you just go give your WhatsApp number. When it is already, you will get some. Or you left your email address, then you get the results. Very easy to do for paid transport. But also, we get a service now where we work with the people. They also can do delivery of results. So basically, the customer service is our utmost priority, and they make sure say we do to the best ability. Right.
So tell us your name.
My name is Ahmed.
Yeah.
I'm a clinical supervisor.
So tell us a little bit about your job.
Yes, so this is the ultrasound unit. Basically, we do everything ultrasound from pregnancy scans, which we call obstetric scan. You're pregnant, you want to confirm your pregnancy, you want to check the well-being of the baby, someone to know the sex of the baby. We do that here. And we do, gynecological scans, for the women. Then we do abdominal scan for all kinds of abdominal problems. We do breast scan, thyroid scan, we do scrotal scan, all kinds of scan. We do Doppler ultrasound. If you want to check how blood is flowing through your veins and your arteries, we do all that here.
So how many patients do you see for a day?
We see quite a lot of patients. On the average, daily we see like 20 patients. Yeah.
Okay.
That's on the average.
So how the work has been like for you?
It's been interesting. So far, so good. Yes. Patient turnout is good. The environment is fine. So far, it's okay.
Working on the COVID, how has it been like? How challenging?
It's been very, very challenging, but this is a medical facility. We understand the nitty-gritties of COVID. So, as management, together with management, we put up a very good COVID protocol, which we all adhere to, including patients. So it's been challenging, but we've had the situation under control.
Thank you.
I'm not sure
What do you do?
I do X-ray.
So tell me a little bit about the X-ray itself in Australia.
This X-ray is a machine made for scan, mainly on bones.
Where is it mainly on originally?
On bones.
Okay, bones.
Yes.
Bones like the bones
Inside the human body.
Sound like you are also right.
Well, at times we put the patient on standing, at times we put the patient on lying. It depends on how the patient is in condition then.
So, with the findings that one can do, how one can manage some of the patients? With the findings that one can do, how one can manage some of the patients?
Well, we there for diagnose the patients, then from there we send them go back to the doctor. They send them. Most of the patients that we can carry, the doctor will send them for camp. After we diagnose them, we send them back to the doctors.
How do you work out with it?
Well, I find them very easy. Yes, it's not the lights. Where we
They
dey
show.
forget the area of interest. Na this light we dey use. After long position with the patient, we use the light for getting the area of interest. Then the scanning go on.
So wait till the next one.
This one na the scanning, mostly na for the chest patients.
Go there.
And then the patient can tin up, they give it in back, at times they give it in front, then we scan am. Okay, well this na the dental machine. It dey for scan mostly on the dental area.
Tell me,
Her name Felicia Mama Ture.
Felicia, what you usually do now?
Been a nurse.
And
ECG, I do ECG. And then I the observation room, and then I the treatment room, and I do ECG back.
okay, tell me a little bit about this ECG machine.
This ECG machine, normally we can check for the heart for the patient then, and we get some types that we dey put on or check for the patient, enter the patient information na the machine, and we get the phone then what we dey use for connect na the app. We get the one wey we also use for connect na the arm and the 2 foot. So the patient can lay down now, so where they connect and they do the procedure to the patient. So after I do the procedure to the patient, so to read out the ECG machine for let it go print out for showing the patient the result. After I read out the results to the patient, so I will show the results to the receptionist, then we'll give the patient, and the patient will give the doctor for me the results to the patient.
Okay, how do you work on it?
The work is not easy for me because I'm not familiar with the machine. When I become Ecomed, I'm not know this machine. So because I buy Ecomed, I know this machine, I know for operate this machine.
Okay.
Yes.
So we get another bed then, and other side is supposed to see. Tell me a little bit, like how waiting every day.
Then maybe also they for treatment for patients then. Some patients they come they in physical condition, they get high blood pressure. So when they come, when they see them at the observation room with doctor, and I mean at the nurse where they work with doctor back. So we will give them treatment now when they go lay down for monitor their vital signs. We will give them some medication for the pressure, for let the pressure will calm down, for that will monitor the patient then. Say the time will go up, 4:30 the patient's period are monitoring. So after the pressure, they check the pressure back. So after the pressure don't go down, later we tell the patient say okay go and come back the next day.
Okay.
So we do the MRI. So this MRI also they here for user for no detailed explanation for wetin do particular patients. Maybe the patient gets stroke, or maybe the patient gets fracture, or he gets a ligament or something like that. So now this MRI room, now they count most of the patients in the.
Oh, that's right.
So now we no more currently get at the whole country. Like Sierra Leone, now we no
So
more
the
get.
person now under the parcel.
No, now yeah, so they put the patients.
So you write
And
it
then they press yeah, so this now came for internal.
Okay,
Depend on the
patient-
parts.
patient might be hitting.
Yes, depend on the parts where they want for focus on. Because it long tail go under, so it depends.
What's your name and also the work we are doing?
Yeah, my name is Sergeant Thomas. I'm a senior radiographer. I'm doing MRI and CT. I'm controlling all the departments.
So tell us a little bit about this machine.
Okay, this MRI machine. This is the first machine, the only one machine in this country. This for basic MRI. We can cut something, na?
Yeah, that's what we had.
Okay, that one I can cut. And this is the first machine in this country, and only one machine is in the country. Okay. This machine have a lot of doing joint issues and head issues. This is on the head and the spine. We can do this one, especially muscles and the spinal cord. We get the more details.
Okay.
Yeah. It's better than CT, better than X-ray.
So how many patients do you normally see for a day?
That is depend. Maybe 4 to 5, and sometimes more than that.
Okay. So let's look at the working environment. How has it been like? in terms of the working situation here. Let's look at the working environment in Sierra Leone. How has it been like?
Working environment in this country?
Yeah.
It is good, very good. And medically, it's not enough facilities in this country.
Yeah.
So Ecomed giving a good facility, and we have all machineries, and most of them are very good machines. We are giving a proper diagnosis here, and we do the proper scan.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to improve the country.
Okay. Thank you. So,
this is CT scan distribution. I think this is the first thing in this country. So, this is the 16th testing. Basically used for just abdomen, neck, deep in the brain. You can see the impact or lung problem. You can go to the abdomen, you can do the scan. So, we can do all protein scan, including angiogram. Lung angiogram, gut angiogram, kidney angiogram.
okay, you do all in one?
Yes.
So, we just want someone to
For somebody.
Okay. So what you basically what you do
and yeah, of course, we are lab technician, and this department now, we go to the department, we go to the main blood collection. And blood line we collect, and not only collect blood, we collect urine, stool, even perhaps vagina swab, all I am collecting because you are sample collection area.
So how important this unit to be now?
Oh, this unit is very important because any patient really come, now the first time we go to enter. Because if you don't even take sample, yeah, the one they up lab, they're not be able to. Only when we take sample, 9 of people
So this one the test tube.
Yeah, this na test tube, this na the EDTA test tube. Na non anticoagulant tube. This one na the chemistry tube. They no get EDTA. We dey use am for our chemistry test, so like liver function test, kidney. Then why this one with the EDTA, we use them for malaria, sickling, and others.
Okay. Okay. Well, Campbell, now so the program will left you, but we will go in and take the currency updates when we come back to the program.
This is one way we dey live. Then na the answer be great. Lord God, He make man for be the king. Just because He left the earth, He make the moon and sun, sweet breeze and sea dey flow. That's not God in power. When we go, they look and wonder. Take go.
Okay, Fambo, now so the program will left now today, and as I be telling now, inside Ecomed can today, we really can check the facility, and also they explain you some of the things and stuff where they do now the place. And as you said to watch, you don't say they get a very well equipped place where they can do everything pertaining, scan and all other things and stuff what you need to know. Moving out the program, me and George Elliott Sam and say plenty thank you to I we don't take with you today, the program, and my cameraman don't be Samuel Kago, and also my producers Yesi Howard and that of Leonora Jawara. My executive producer don't be Mr. Philip Neville Senior. So till next week, me and George Tata, and God bless you.
This is one way